Good evening, and thank you ever so much, everybody that joined in tonight. It's wonderful to see some faces, familiar faces. I am super excited tonight. I am joined here by one and only Hyper Japan, Yuki Fujiwara. He's from Cross Media and representing Hyper Japan, and this is going to be a short space and is not on schedule on our regular Saturday spot. But it's on Friday because we need to hear a lot about Hyper Japan. I'm super excited because this year is going to be my first year joining Hyper Japan. Before I was banned because it's an event that my son loves and he goes often, but I haven't. So it's going to be a first for me. So when Yuki agreed to join me for a short interview to let us know. Well, I wanted the community to know because it's big. The artists are a huge force in the festival. I wanted to know more, and maybe you guys get to learn a little bit more about the festival. So Hyper Japan is happening 24, 25, 26 of July in London Olympia. But let's welcome and check the audio, how Yuki is doing, and welcome him. Hi, Yuki. Welcome to Artist on the Chain community. How are you doing this evening?
Thank you so much for
That
having me. My name is Yuki. I'm a part of a Hyper Japan team.
I'm very excited that you decided to join us tonight, Yuki. And I do want to ask, first of all, what is Hyper Japan? That is the biggest question.
It certainly is. So the Hyper Japan is the event that is launched in 2010. It is an event that introduces very different and various aspects of Japanese culture. You get to experience something from manga and anime, music, fashion, food, traditional culture, gaming, and more. And in addition to fantastic lineup of exhibitors, including some companies from Japan, and also we can't really forget about artists. We'll talk about it later. The event is very much packed with stage performances, workshops, different attractions, and more to go. And this year's edition is happening in a week. We are only a week to go, and it's happening on 24th to 26th of July at Olympia London.
That is wonderful. I was going to say, because Japanese culture is big. I mean, I am big fan, and my son is huge into anime and mangas and everything. And most of the people in our community, I know that they are big lovers of Japanese culture, and is like a global phenomenon, right? And it influencing everything from music and fashion and gaming, as you mentioned as well. But it has become an important platform for celebrating the culture here in the UK. And do you see yourselves playing a role in strengthening the UK and Japan relationship, cultural relationship?
Just like you say, the popularity of Japanese culture overseas and here in the UK, especially recently, is very much growing. And on social media, I see many people going to Japan or just planning their Japan trip. But I did a little bit of a research, and it is 15,000 kilometers apart, between Japan and the UK. And I am from Japan, and it takes around 14 hours on flight, go to my home country. So it is not easy journey or an easy thing for everyone to just visit Japan. And our main objective is to basically to become a bridge that brings part of Japanese culture to the UK. And our biggest strength is that our showcase is just multifaceted. Like, for example, at the venue Olympia London, you can spend around an hour at our cultural workshop. At the workshops, you can learn about the traditional arts and crafts. You can also get hands-on experiences, martial arts as well. So there are so many different options like you can experience a Japanese culture. And then you can go to the main stage and enjoy live performances from your favorite Japanese musicians. You can also then go on to our marketing exhibitor area for shopping or experience something traditional to something, very, pop culture, like it's just like manga or games. And we always have a catering area with you can enjoy authentic Japanese food and drink when you get hungry as well. So everything Japan comes all together in one space, and that makes our event very exciting. That is what I believe.
I love that. And I have a question because this is an artist community, so this will be helpful to know because you have an incredible mix of artists and that they play an important role at the event. And I can see the performers and the creators you have there, and from the hands on, the workshop that they do. So when you curating this festival, right, each year, what are you looking for in the artists you invite? Because that would be like difficult. And I assume it's like a big opportunity for artists coming from Japan to take part in the festival because it's their way of showcasing their works to the Western world, right? And you never know the opportunities. So I'd like to know for the opportunities as well. But how do you help shape the overall experience when and how you choosing these artists?
About choosing artists or an attraction process, we have different people in charge of different attractions or of course stage performances as well. But we are very much working under the goal to bring the best of Japanese culture to the UK. And I think that these different artists, starting from the performers, all those from performers, independent artists, exhibitors, those food and drink vendors as well. They always share amazing creativity and ideas with us that we can't really come up with. And I just believe that it really helps us reach a goal of bringing the best of Japanese culture to the UK. For example, we have the space called the Hypermarket, which is the area dedicated for the independent artists based in the UK or in Europe or even in Japan as well. And is it is without a doubt one of the very essential parts of our event. And every time we ask our guests, they always say that they love this hypermarket space the most from the festival. And this year it is bigger than ever. We are welcoming over 500 independent artists. That is like 100 more creators than the last year joined us. And each of them will be getting a platform to showcase their creativity to our very passionate and supportive community. And we are also introducing a brand new Japanese traditional market area. This space is featuring incredible creators specialized in or just inspired by very authentic or traditional Japanese cultures. For example, you will see handcrafted tables or lucky cats made right here in the UK. Or it is one of my favorite artists that is going to join us this year. And there is an artist who makes this stunning modern jackets, and the design is inspired by traditional Japanese kimono and textiles. And I believe the space of these artists coming all together is why this hypermarket space is so beloved and why they are a very important part of our event. Like different people with different creativity and ideas come together, and it just makes the best for us to bring the best of Japanese culture to the UK.
I love it. I love it. And I mean, it takes a long time, I assume, to put a festival of such magnitude and scale and bring in, organizing all the artists. And this is a question like off the line of questions that I have in mind. But how long does it take you? You know, what goes on behind the scenes? uh, from when do you start kind of getting organized and getting in touch with the artists? because it's like the team behind the event organizing it don't get as much credit because it's all about the artists and what's happening there, but it takes a whole team to put such events. So what goes on? How long is the preparation time for these events?
Our preparation actually starts about like 10 to 11 months before the event. So it is just almost a full year of planning. And they go into these like, very dense and packed 3 days. But yeah, it's a different process. But every single year, we always like, sit down and ask and think about what unique experiences we can give to our guests this time. And of course, like, it involves different companies, industries, different musicians and artists and creators. So it is very hectic, tough, but at the end of the day, it is very rewarding process to bring the best of Japanese culture to everyone, and it comes all together at the day of this event to see everyone is enjoying their weekend. So that is the best part. That is a very tough part about preparing this event, but it's also a very rewarding and fun part about it.
Oh, yes, I bet. And after the event is finished, you sit down with a glass of, I don't know, I was going to say sake, but don't do that probably. I have a funny story to share, but I'll share that right at the end because, yeah, I found the hard way about sake. There are many types of sake for people that haven't visited or haven't had the experience of drinks, they will be in for a shock because we think just one drink is sake. We just know the name, but knowing that there are, hundreds of types of sake, I probably tried a few of those. But anyway, I'm gonna get to that because it's a very funny story. But I was going to say because we are in the age of well, it's a new era, right? Everything is happening in social media. Everybody gets all their news in socials, right? And IRL events in real life going, it's a different experience. What keeps people coming back the festivals in IRL events and not just, see it from online when you guys post or whatever? Because it's every year is growing. It's been going for 10 years, right? And they coming back and it's getting bigger and better. So what is that looks like this year? What should people look forward to? Is there anybody, any artist that kind of represents with what they do Hyper Japan stands for? Is although you don't have to because then the other artist is going to get sad that you mention in one or but without upsetting people or giving too much away, is there anything that people shouldn't miss this year, right? That's the question. If they have one day, only one day to come visit Hyper Japan, what should be like a must see thing or experience that should have?
It is very difficult to just narrow it down to one day everyone should visit because it's just a, very different experience each day. And to answer your question about like, why people, attend our event and coming back to our event, I think it's just that you just have to be there for the like, all the amazing experience. Like you cannot, uh, you cannot taste those, Japanese food and drink from social media. You have to be there to like experience the sound of, Japanese music from the live performances. You just have to be there for the, just for the entire exciting, energy of the, Japanese festival vibes. So yeah, I think those, I would say, sensory experiences and like those hands-on that you get hands-on with like Japanese culture will keep bringing people back to our festival. And yeah, to answer your question about what people should look forward to this year, I'm just gonna very much speed run what we will have this year. Uh, One thing we would like to really feature is our stage performances. So like we have like very headliners. Like other than headliners, we will also have like an amazing Japanese artist or like it's a cultural showcase. You will even get to see the demonstration of like the martial arts as well. So it is a very diverse, artists coming all together in one stage. But in terms of headliner, on Friday 24th, we will have this Japanese band called Queen Bee. They are very popular in Japan, and you might know them if you're familiar with anime. You might know them from their songs featured on anime series like Oshinoko or Chainsaw Man. And on 25th and 26th, we will welcome this energetic dance group called Avantgardey. They just reached the finals of America's Got Talent, so some of you might be familiar with them. And on 25th, Saturday, we will also welcome Ayo Aoi. She's a very powerful Japanese singer-songwriter, also known for some songs featured for famous anime series. And on the final day, 26th Sunday, we will welcome the voice actor Chiaki Kobayashi, known for his anime roles like Stark from Freedom Beyond Journey's End. He also did Gabimaru from Hell's Paradise and Mash from Mashle, the anime series, if you guys are familiar with. Um, we will Chiaki Kobayashi will be joined by this very wonderful British singer, also voice actor, Miss Elsie Lovelock, and she will join him at the special talk show with Chiaki Kobayashi. And you will be able to get some behind the scenes talk from the anime series you like. Um, for the exhibitor area, we'll move on to the exhibitor area. We will welcome many popular Japanese companies like Suntory, which is very famous for their whiskey, some gaming experience. Um we put a huge emphasis on building out a video game experience this year. For example, we will have this dedicated gaming area where you can try 30 different indie video games title came from Japan. We will also welcome companies like Nintendo and Gung-Ho. Nintendo will host a very special Pikmin Bloom Party Walk event. If you guys are familiar with Pikmin, it will be a perfect opportunity for you guys. Um, at their booth, you can also try their brand new mobile app game, Pictonico, which just came out recently. This game is a very, funny, mobile app game. It allows you to turn your phone's photo gallery into mini games. So you get to do a mini game using your face or your friends or family's face. It is very actually very funny one. And at the Gung Ho booth, you can experience their latest video game, Ninjawa 2, The Uncharted Planet, on Nintendo Switch 2. You can play a demo version in there. And yeah, the list just goes on. The English branch of Japanese VTuber production company Hololive will also host a very special concert screening experience in there. Yeah, that is very just the tip of the iceberg, and we can't really introduce you guys to
Oh,
everything, but
I telling you, you are getting me so excited right now just by saying that. I am wondering because I saw names there, Polska and stuff, and I know Japan is big for stationaries and art materials and all that. And are they going to be there, some of the exhibitors? Because I do plan to get some of the art materials and stationaries.
we will have Sunster stationaries, which is one of the very popular or a famous so-called kawaii, Japanese
Yeah.
stationaries companies.
Uh-huh.
If you are familiar with this very cute characters in game called Tamagotchi, they will have a very special design stationery collaborated with Tamagotchi because Tamagotchi just marked 30th anniversary this year. So you will see some very special design stationery collections in there. So that will be perfect for you.
Well, I like everything. Pretty much, I'm going to hit all the stands. I'm going to have to live stream. So, for anybody that are coming on replay, I have pinned a bunch of stuff. up on the nest. So when you come on replay, check them out, but make sure you follow Hyper Japan. If you are in London, follow the link and get your tickets. Hyperjapan.co.uk is in the UK, but in if you check Hyper Japan Nevet event is you will have all the info you need, the links to the websites to get tickets. But if you are overseas, because I know a lot of our members are all over the world, you get a chance to experience through me. And if it's any food you want me to test, I will go and test it. Anything you like to view, I will go there. I will stream from the event, and I'm looking forward to. I am so excited. I tell you, because I get to go now. Before I was banned because anywhere my teenage son went with his friends, he did not want mom to be there. But this year he's going to uni, so he doesn't mind. So I'm going to stream, and yeah, I'm super excited. And thank you so much, Yuki, for joining us. And I was saying to you, I'm going to share a funny story. So a few years ago, when I was still with the Foreign Office, I went to Japanese embassy here in London. They put out a concert. There was a violinist and a pianist that had come from Japan. So there was a concert. But after the concert, they gave us a sake tasting experience. And I thought it's just one bottle. They had over 30 bottles, different type of sake. And yeah, so they were getting us to drink this, and we are like kampai kampai all through the table. By the time I went to the end of the table, I tell you, I was tipsy because first you don't feel it. For anybody that hasn't tried sake before, it's like sweet, and you don't feel like, oh, this is not strong, it's not gonna get me drunk. But trust me, by the time you get at the end of the table, your eyes start sparkling. So that was my experience, and finding out the hard way that you shouldn't drink too much, thinking that it's very light drink. But if you are in London, I highly suggest you come and try for yourself, because I see that there is a lot of drinks there. The last question I had for you is what is next, right? Looking ahead for Hyper Japan evolving in the next few years. What is next, for the festival? Where do you see yourselves in the future?
I mean, just like I said before, the very popularity of Japanese culture is very much growing these days, and it is just, as a Japanese person, it is just amazing to see that people in the UK are very embracing Japanese culture, and one of the most popular things about Japanese culture these days in the UK is Japanese music. um we've noticed that lately, like so many Japanese musicians are successfully touring the UK and also all over the world as well. They're headlining shows, and I suppose the demand is massive there. It is amazing to see. So moving forward, we are very much like planning to heavily like strengthen our stage and live music experience even further at the festival. That would be amazing. But at the end of the day, we just want to like bring even better experiences, like bringing bigger acts, I suppose, bringing more like different industries and companies, bringing more artists, and we just want to like keep expanding what is possible because there are just still so much to discover from Japanese culture, and we want to like explore a lot of different things. But yeah, but first we just have to make sure that uh, the event that will be happening at Olympia London next week will be successful, and make sure that everyone is going to have a great time. So that comes first.
I am sure that everybody is going to have fun because, first of all, as the people that already love the culture, know about the culture, come, and people that are intrigued will come, and then they were going to come next year and the year after. My son have said the vibes are insane. It's just amazing. So he has hyped me up a lot. And now with you, I am even more hyped, and I can't wait for next Friday to come and I come and experience it for myself. Yuki,
Yeah,
thank you
I just
so much.
heard
Yeah,
you
please go ahead.
mentioning. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just heard you mentioning about sake and Japanese food as well.
Mm,
It is definitely one of our highlights from the event. This year we have twice the number of food and drink exhibitors from last year
mm,
because the catering area when you can experience or we can you can enjoy a food just came out from the kitchen was very popular, so we have to we really had to expand the catering area.
yeah,
So I heard that you're gonna stream or just uh
I
take
am going every
content in
weekend.
there. Yeah, so let me give you some recommendations from those catering area. For example, you can obviously enjoy classic Japanese food like onigiri, rice bowls, yakisoba, fried noodles, very street food classic, comforting food. Also enjoy different sake, so many brewers in Japan. Also, there are some brewers, sake brewers based in London as well, and they are also coming to the event. So you're gonna have very rich and substantial tasting experiences there as well. We also have different Japanese sweets and desserts you can enjoy, also snacks as well. We will have a new food experience, just like melon pan, which is this very popular this melon shaped bread and that came out from Japan. You also get to experience you also get to enjoy egg sandwich and more. We are just so excited about this, our very upgraded food and drink experience. So
I
I
saw
have
you
to
had
mention that as
calligraphy
well.
workshop there as well, which I'm excited because I love calligraphy and I do a lot of sumi painting. I am obsessed, right, with Japanese culture. Everybody in the community knows that I love Japan and Japanese culture. And One Piece, of course, I love my Luffy. And I can see that you have there a reading station for One Piece and the Spy Family. I'm definitely gonna explore everything, but I'm gonna check the workshop as well because anything artsy is always good. I love art and food. Food is, I mean, who does not like food? Food is something that brings people together, no matter where you're from and what language you speak. You can speak with your eyes because once your belly is full and you test in these delicious foods, you all smiling and is one language, food language. And it's the same with art, right? Because food is like art. And we do not need words, we speak through our artworks. And yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. And definitely gonna check everything in Olympia next week. And the venue is beautiful. This is the first time I'm coming for this event, but I am very regular at Olympia. I have streamed there and I have been there a judge and I have done body painting demo, makeup judge I've been. So in design shows, because I'm also interior designer, I've gone to many, many shows and it's a beautiful venue fitting for showcasing Japanese culture. I am super excited that you came to join us tonight, and I know that people on replay are going to be in for a treat. And whoever is in London, please, please do join next week. Grab your ticket and come. And if you see me about, come and say hello. Definitely DM me and we do a meetup, AOTC meetup in at Olympia. Any last words, Yuki, before we end this space?
Yeah, it is going to be amazing. I believe that, this is one of the most unique and very exciting events you can experience in London. Um, as as someone from Japan, it is just amazing that, everyone is embracing, everyone is loving our Japanese culture. And it is very exciting for me that I get to, be involved in this type of event. And what I really hoping from them next weekend is that everyone is going to have a very truly special weekend, and I cannot really wait to welcome everyone. So I really hope you can come support us, come support our artists as well. So I am sure it's going to be a very special experience. So thank you so much for having us.
Oh, thank you so much. It's an honor hosting you tonight. And yeah, it was awesome though. It was awesome to hear. And you got me all hyped up now. Next week, I will be like hype as a kite. And I
Awesome
look
to hear
forward to
that.
meeting you in person, Yuki.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Well, thank you very much, everybody that joined us here live. But I appreciate your time being here with us. Please do share this space so other people get to listen what's going on and what Hyper Japan is and all about the festival happening 24 to 26 July here in London. And yeah, I want to say thank you to Yuki Fujiwara for joining us tonight. And to anybody that's going to join us, come say hello. And I look forward to meeting you all. Thank you, Yuki.
Thank you so much for having us, and thank you so much everyone for joining.